Hello everyone, my name is Arohi and welcome to my channel. So guys, today we will see the practical implementation of how to build tools and agents in LangChain. In my previous video, I have explained to you what agents and tools are. So if you missed that video, please check out that video in order to understand tools and agents in detail, because in my today's session, I'll focus mainly on practical implementation. But before jumping into the practical part, let me just give you a brief overview of what agents and tools are. So tools are external functionalities that allow your LLM to perform tasks it cannot handle directly. So these tasks could involve accessing real-time data. So our LLMs don't have real-time information, right? They can only answer the queries based on the data they are trained on. So they don't have any information about the real time. For example, LLM can't retrieve live updates about the current weather or stock prices. So for this task, tools like web search are used. Some other tasks are performing complex computations or querying the databases. So all these kind of tasks LLM can't handle directly. So here comes the role of tools. The tools extend the capability of LLM to interact with the real world. Now let's talk about agents. So agent act as coordinators. Let's see how agent work. Here you'll see this is agent, right? So agent will always combine LLM and tools to perform the functionality. Agent will see when to use LLM and when to use tool. So when user asks query, agent will use LLM and tools together to fetch the response. So agent decide whether the LLM alone can handle the task or tool is needed. So if tool is needed, then which tool it should be. So for example, let's understand this with an example. So let's say user asked a query, what is the weather in Delhi? So this is the query. And now this query will go to the agent. First, agent will use this LLM. LLM understands the query and it identifies that it is a request for weather data, real-time data. And then agent will decide, once the LLM understands the query and it tells that it is a weather related data, right? Then agent will decide what to do next, because LLM doesn't have access to the real data. Then agent will use a tool to perform to get the answer, to fetch the weather detail of Delhi. And then this tool will give us a raw data, right? Then that raw data will go to the LLM again, and LLM will present in a user-friendly way. So it will give you a final response as, for example, the weather in Delhi today is sunny with a temperature of 25 degrees. Here you will see that LLMs and tools are getting used together in an agent. Now let's see the practical implementation. Today we will build multiple agents using different tools, and we'll see how each tool work. Let's set up the environment first. We will install all the required modules. For that, open command prompt. So first we are installing these modules, LangChain and LangChain community. After that, I'm installing OpenAI module. Why? Because the LLM which we are going to use in our today's tutorial is OpenAI LLM GPTs. And guys, you can work with some other LLMs also. In my upcoming videos, I'll show you how to use other LLMs. But for today's tutorial, let's go with this OpenAI only. So you will install this OpenAI. And once you install it, guys, you also need the API key of OpenAI. For that, you will log in to your OpenAI account, and from there you can get the OpenAI API key. So run this command, you will have this OpenAI module installed. Then we are installing this python-.env module. This module will help you to manage your environment variables. So we'll need this package also. Install this package. So guys, these are the three main packages. Rest of the packages we will install when we will run the code. I will show you why we need any particular package. So there are some tools to use them. You need to install their packages. So that part I'll show you during the implementation only. Now we will open the Jupyter Notebook. So guys, for my today's tutorial, I have created a demo folder in E Drive, and in that folder right now we only have .env file. So you will open this env file and here you will paste your OpenAI API key. See, here you have to mention the OpenAI API key. Don't change anything. Let it be like this only. And here at this place you will write your OpenAI API key and save it. And after that, and here I'm going to store the Jupyter notebook where I'm going to write the code for my today's class. For that, we have opened Jupyter notebook. So this is the page, and from here go to the demo folder because our code is in demo folder. And right now it is empty. So click on this new and Python 3. You will have your Jupyter notebook open. First, we will import all the required modules. Okay, before that, let me show you the versions I'm using. So let's see the Python version first. This is my Python version. Now let's see the LangChain version. So I'm using this LangChain version. This is the latest LangChain version. Now let's import all the required modules. So these are the modules. So this line, first line, will help you to initialize, to create the agent and to create the tools. Okay, so from this package we are importing this, and with the help of this we will initialize the agent, and with the help of this we will create the tools. And then we are importing OpenAI because in our today's tutorial we are going to use the LLM from OpenAI. And with this line we are importing the environment variable. Which environment variable? Remember, we have created this .env file, and in this .env file we have our OpenAI API key. So we need to load the environment variables, the API keys which are mentioned over here. We need to load them. For that I've written this and import OS module. Here I'm loading. This is how you load the environment variable, and in this variable we have mentioned our OpenAI API key. Now hit enter. Now let's start by creating a tool. First, I'm showing you how to create a tool which can perform web search. So for that, there are various tools. In my previous video, I have shown you how to use SERP API. SERP API is also a web search tool using which you can perform the search on the web and you can get the results. So today we are using a different web search tool which is DuckDuckGo. This tool, the name of the tool is DuckDuckGo, and you need to install this tool. And this is how you will install this tool. I'm not performing this step because I have already performed it. Once you install this package, this is what we need. We are importing the DuckDuckGo search run from here, and here we are creating the tool. Remember, in my previous video I have explained you, whenever you want to create tools, you will perform these three steps. You need to provide these three things. First is name of the tool. Function, over here you will write a function name dot run, means we want to run this function. When this function is called, this function will be executed. And then the description. This description tells our LLM what is the purpose of this function. When, as I've told you, agent will use LLM and tools together. First, LLM will understand the user's query, and on the basis of user's query, it will see whether any tool is required or not. And if tool is required, then which tool is required. So that part it will check from the description of every tool that what is the task of that particular tool, and it will pick the tool which matches with the user query the most. So this is our tool. Now let's define the LLM. So this is the LLM. We are having the LLM of OpenAI. After that, and right now we have one tool. If you have multiple tools, you are creating a agent where you want to use multiple tools, then you will write multiple tools over here. Like this is the first tool, copy it, comma, here you will write the second tool, comma, then you will write the third tool. So here you will provide the list of tools, but right now initially I'm showing you, in our first example I'm showing you how to use the single tools. Okay, so today we are just learning how to make agents using one tool. We will build various agents, but every agent will perform the single task. And in my next video then I'll show you how we can use multiple tools and then how to make an intelligent agent by using multiple tools. Now we have a tool and a LLM. Now let's create an agent. So to create an agent, we will write this initialize agent. From where we are getting this initialize agent? Remember, we have imported it over here. So using that, we will create an agent, and to create an agent, we will use tools and LLM together. So tools are present over here and LLM is present in this LLM variable. Then agent, what kind of agent we want to create? So we want a zero shot reaction description agent. It means without any prior training, our agent will perform this functionality. Verbose true means whatever this agent is going to do, the thinking process, the output, the input, whatever this agent is going to do, that part you can see on the screen. And then now we have initialized the agent. This is the single line. Using this line, we have prepared our agent. Now we will ask the question to agent and we will see what kind of response we get. So this is the question I want to ask, and agent dot run. This is the question we are giving to the agent, and what are the top trending movies this week. So this is a real-time data, the latest data. Our LLM is not trained on it. So to get the answer of this question, what will happen? First, this question will go to the LLM. LLM will understand this question, analyze this question, and then understands that this question is about top trending movie this week, means the real-time data, the latest data. And LLM, then agent will decide what to do next, because LLM doesn't have the latest information. So for that, then agent will decide to use the tool from this list of tools, and from the description of each tool, LLM will see which tool should I use. Then LLM will see the description section of each tool. So when LLM will see the description of this tool, means to perform web searches, so LLM will see that this tool is a suitable tool. Then agent will send the request to the tool. Then tool will perform this question. It will provide us the raw output. And then LLM, that raw output will go to the LLM. Agent will send that raw output to the LLM. Then LLM will refine the result in the user-friendly format and it will show on the screen. So let's try to print the response. So let's scroll down here. See, entering the chain. See, this is the thinking process of the agent. I should use the search tool to perform a web search for the top trending movies. Then action performed is search. And this is what we are getting, top trending movies. Right? Then this is finished chain. This is the final answer. The top trending movies are this week are Union, Emoji Movie, and the Jack Reacher Never Go Back. So these are the popular movies. So here our agent used LLM and tool to provide us this information. So this is the single tool. Whenever you want to perform web search, you can use this. Now we will see how to use Wikipedia tool. Wikipedia tool, why we need it? Let's say you want to get the information. You are building some application which needs the data or articles or summaries from the Wikipedia. Then you can use this tool, and to install this tool, you will write pip install Wikipedia. So this will be the first step. Once you install it, you will import the packages. So this package is required, right? So we have already imported this package above. So we are not importing these two packages. The only package which is different from the ones which we have already used is this Wikipedia API wrapper. So first you will install the Wikipedia, then you will import it like this, and now you will create the Wikipedia tool, and then you will pass it to the agent, and then you can ask question to it. So this is how you'll create a tool, Wikipedia tool. This is a variable in which we have this tool. We are calling the tool class, and again name function and description. Whenever you write a tool, you will write it like this. This is the name of the tool, this is the function which will run that tool, and this is the description of the tool. We have the tool. Now this is the LLM we want to use, OpenAI LLM. So here is a list, we write all the tools together. So basically Wikipedia tool, and here if you have other tool, let's say the tool from here. What is the name of the tool? DuckDuckGo tool. Let's say you want to use this tool also, then copy the name of this tool from here, and with Wikipedia tool, comma, write the name of this tool. Now in the list of tool, we have these two tools and our agent can use these two tools. Okay. So, but right now we are working with single tool. So we have a list of tools over here. Now let's initialize the agent. We are initializing the agent. We are providing the list of tools from here. We are providing a LLM and agent. Same, I have explained you this. Verbose true will show you the output, the thinking process of the agent on the screen. Now you can ask the question to the agent. Now this is the question I want to ask to an agent. Tell me about the history of artificial intelligence. Then I'm running that agent on it, and here you will see the response. So guys, now when I'll run it, what will happen? This question will first go to the LLM. LLM will process this question and understand that this is about history of artificial intelligence. The agent will go to the tools and see which tool is appropriate, and it will see the Wikipedia tool. The description of Wikipedia tool is the use this tool to search Wikipedia for information on any topic. So this is the suitable tool for it. Then it will go to the Wikipedia tool. Wikipedia tool will process that query, and it will give the raw data, raw output. That raw output will go to the LLM, and then LLM will present it in a user-friendly format. So let's run it and see. The action, Wikipedia search. So this is the action which agent decided. Then it performed observation. See, all this information it is checking from there, and then like this it will perform various observation. It is still going on because artificial intelligence is a vast field, and on Wikipedia there is a lot of data related to it. So are you seeing, we are getting so much of data from Wikipedia related artificial intelligence. And the final answer, so this is what the final answer from agent is. Artificial intelligence is a field of research in computer science, and you can read the entire paragraph. In the same way, you can ask it various questions. Let's say you want to ask, who is Alan Turing and what are his contributions? So Wikipedia search, action input is Alan Turing, and this is the page we have. See, he was an English mathematician, computer scientist, logician. You can read about it from here, and this is the final answer we get from the Wikipedia, from the agent. And this agent used LLM and which tool? Wikipedia search tool. Now let's see how to use database tool, SQL database tool. Why we need this database related tools? So suppose you have some sort of chatbot, you have some sort of application where you need to query your database. So for that you can use SQL database tool. So let me show you how to do that. So this part is clear. We need these two things to create tool and agent. So we have already mentioned this module above, so we are deleting it. See, we are importing SQL database toolkit and SQL database from this, right? So in LangChain, we have these two tools using which you can perform database related task. And here we are importing OpenAI because we need some LLM. So I have imported this above. So I'm deleting this also. Load.env, because to use this LLM, we need the API key of it now. So we have already written this part above, so you can simply remove it. And these are the two modules which are new. These are the two modules which are related to SQL database. So we have imported them. So first thing is, here you need to provide the path of your data set on which you want to perform the function. So let's say this is your database, example.db. Now let's say you don't have this database, so let's in this cell, let's create this database so that you can see the practical implementation. So this is the code. Using this code, you can create the database and the table, and you can put some random data in it, and then you can see how this SQL tool works. So what I'm doing, I'm importing SQLite 3 over here, and then I want to create this database with the name of example.db. Then using this, you can create a table. Here we are creating a table with the name of inventory, and over there we have 3 columns: ID, product name, and stock quantity. Then we are inserting some data in it. We have how many different products I'm inserting: A, B, C, D, E, and these are the values I'm filling in it. And then we are committing and closing it, and now we have a database with the name of example.db, and then we have a table in it with the name of inventory, and we have this information in it. So this is just a demo database. So I'm showing you. When you'll execute this command, see in my demo folder right now we don't have anything. When I'll execute this command, we will have example.db over here. So let's execute this command. Let's run it. So database created and populated with some sample data. Let's open the demo folder. See here we have example.db. Now on this database, we will use the SQL database tool to fetch the data or to perform any sort of queries we want to perform. So in this line, first we are connecting with the database. Then we will mention the LLM we want to use. Then you will write it like this. You will provide the database and LLM. So whenever you want to work with database tool, so first you will provide the path of the database, and you will also write the LLM, and then you will call this SQL database toolkit, and you will pass the database and the LLM to it like this. So from this SQL database toolkit, we are getting all the tools. All the tools means everything which is related to query the database, everything that we are getting here. Now we have the tool, we have the LLM. Let's initialize the agent. So initializing the agent is same. Initialize agent, provide the tools to it. We have tools over here, LLM to it, LLM from here, agent and verbose true. Now you can ask the question to it. So this is my first question. How many units of product A are in stock? This query is going to agent. Agent.run will execute the query, and we will have the response. Let's run it and see. First, let's start from here. From here, agent started its work. First, I need to retrieve the quantity of product A from the database, so that I'll need to use a SQL query. So this reasoning part, this decision making and reasoning part is done by LLM. Action is this, and action input is this query. And then observation, error. What is the error? There is no such table products. Okay, so here by mistake I have written how many units of product are in stock. Okay, if you'll see here in our input, select quantity from products where name is equal to product A. So here it is trying to fetch the which table? Products table, but we don't have product table. Which table we have created? Our table name is inventory, right? So observation, no such table products. So then background on this error, it seems like table product does not exist in the database. So I will need to use this SQL DB list tables. So here, when it didn't get this product table, it used the different action, and this time it is checking the list of tables in their database. Then it found that the table name is inventory. Then it created the query as per that. And finally, when you'll run this, finally see, we are getting this response. See, and you can see the whole process which this agent followed, just because we are writing this verbose true. And from this response, always write verbose true if you want to understand how the work is happening. And you can see that we are getting the output. So this is how you can use a database tool, and you can ask various different questions to it. I have asked a simple one question. In the same way, as per your database and as per your use case, as per your requirements, you can ask different kind of questions to database. Now let's use another tool, this archive query run. So guys, this tool is very useful for those who are doing some sort of research, those who want to know what is going on in research field, and let's say you are writing an academic paper, or you want to see what all different kind of academic papers are there related to, latest things. This tool can help the researchers to find latest papers or relevant papers, and then this can help to the students, those who are doing some sort of research, right? So let's see how to use this tool. First we are importing this tool. Then here in this variable I have mentioned that tool, the name of the tool, function which will run that tool, and the description of that tool. Then here we are using the OpenAI LLM, and in this list we are providing the list of tools we have. So in our case we have only one tool. Let's say you have other tools also, the search tool, so you will write that. Okay, and then we are initializing the agent. We are providing the tools from here, LLM from here, and this is how we initialize the agent. Now let's try to ask question to it. So let's ask this question. Find recent paper on vision transformers. Then we are giving this query to agent, and agent is performing agent.run query, and then we'll get the response. Let's see what we get. I need to, here again, this task is performed by LLM. I need to use the archive search tool to search the papers. Then this action is decided. The input to this action is vision transformer, and then observation. It started from here, and see, we are getting different observation from this, and then published in over at this time. Like this, you'll see various papers over here. This is how archive tool can help you. It is providing you different papers and their title, their authors, when they are published, like this. Okay, and you can ask some other questions to it. Let's ask some other question. Find recent papers on generative AI. On generative AI, action is archive search, action input is keyword is this, sorted by latest paper, so sort by last update date, and this is what you'll see. This is the latest paper, and then this paper, you'll get the information about it, then this paper. So this is how you can use archive tool. Now let's try another tool. Now I'm showing you read file tool. Read file tool will read the content which is there in the different files. So this part we have already done above, right? So we are just importing. To import the read file tool, you will write this, and then this is how you will initialize the tool. You will provide the name to the tool, read file. This function will run the tool. On the basis of this description, your LLM will know about this tool, and then this is our LLM which we are using. In this tools list, we are writing the name of all the tools which we want to provide to the agent, and then here we are initializing the agent. So here I have mentioned example.txt. So it means that in my current directory, there is a file with the name of example.txt, and using this read file tool, I want to read the content of that file and I want to show here. So this is just a very simple example of read file tool. You can use this read file tool in your use cases. Let's say you want to read the data from some file and you want to further do some process on that data, right? So that is how this read file tool can be helpful. Now let's try to execute this code. But first, let's see if we have this example.txt in our current directory. So do we have? We don't have example.txt. This is example.db, the database which we have created. Now let's create one text file. So, now let's create one text file, name it example, and we can write some random data in it. Okay, so this is the single sentence I've written in it. This is a demo file. Now let's run our code. I've mentioned the path properly. Now I should use the read file tool to access the file. Action is read file, action input is the text file which we have, and then the observation, this is the output of that file, right? So this is the final output we have. Just make sure that you are providing the proper path to it of your file, and then it will access it. So guys, this is what read file tool does. That's it guys. This is how you can create various agents. So today we have created, how many agents we have created? First, we have created an agent which performs this web search. Let's go here. See, we are here in this cell. We have created an agent. We have built an agent which is using DuckDuckGo search tool and OpenAI LLM. And then we have created another agent. This agent is responsible to perform Wikipedia search, and for that we use this tool. After that, we have used this tool, SQL database toolkit tool. Using this tool, we have we prepared an agent which can query our database, and after that we use this archive query run tool. Using this, you can get the information which is present on archive. And then after that, we have used this tool, read file tool. This tool helped us in reading the data which is there in the files. So guys, I have shared the link of this notebook in my description section. You can get this code from there. So today we have learned the basics, how to create tools and various tools and agents. In my next tutorial, we will create a chatbot and we will try to use multiple tools together. We will provide multiple tools together to an agent and we'll try to make an intelligent chatbot. So I hope this video is helpful, and guys, if you like my content, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.